Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Vichanda Baba Girivaradhari Vichanda Baba Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjanam Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjanam Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we're reading today from the Srimad-bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 11, text 1 to 5. And then, so chant verse 1 here. Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Atosara Pratyupalabdha Chaitasa
Adhosurah prato palabhokha chetasaham.
Parasya Pungsa Parayanukampaya
Parasha pumsam parayanukampayam.
Jagnor Brishang Chakra Samiranadayas
Radhur khusham shakha samiranadayas.
Tongues Tanranayar Abhisankhatapura
Tamstan reneyar adhisam khatapuram.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Sri Shuka Uvacha.
Atosura Pratyupalabdha Chaitasa
Adho surah pratuya palabho chetasach.
Parasya Pumsa Parayanukampaya
Parasha pumsach parayanukapayam.
Jagnor Brishang Chakra Samiranadayas
Jahor Kharasam Sakra Samiranadayas.
Tongues Tanranayar Abhishansatapura
Tamstan Renayar Abhisham Khatach Puram.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Atosura Pratyupalabdha Chaitasa
Adho Surah Pratyupalad Khat Chetrushach.
Parasya Pumsa Parasya Pumsa Parayanukampaya
Parasya Pumsach Parayanukampaya.
Jagnor Brishang Chakra Samiranadayas
Jagnur Khrasham Shakha Samiranadayas.
Tongues Tanranayar Abhisankhatapura
Tamstan Reneyair Abhisham Khatach Puram.
That's right.
Shri Shuka Uvacha.
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Adho Shurach Pratuya Palatcha Setashach.
Atosara Pratyupalabdha Chaitasa
Parasya Pumshach Parayanukampayam.
Parasya Pungsa Parayanukampaya
Rachnur Krisham Shakra Samiranadayas.
Jagnor Brishang Chakra Samiranadayas
Tamstan Reneyair Adhisam Khatach Puram.
Tongues Tanranayar Abhisankhatapura You like to say it? Jagannath? Atosara Pratyupalabdha Chaitasa Parasya Pungsa Parananupampaya Jagnor Brishang Shakka Samiranadayas Tongues Tanranayar Abhisankhatapara
Chapter 11.
Word for word. Sri Sukha Uvacha.
Sri Shuka Uvacha.
Sri Shukadev Goswami said,
Sri Shukadeva Goswami said,
Atto,
Ato,
thereafter,
thereafter,
Suraha,
Soraha,
all the demigods,
the demigods,
Pratupalava,
Praptupalabha,
and his Pratupalava Chetasaha,
Praptupalabha Chetasaha,
being enlivened again by revival of their consciousness.
Being enlightened again by the revival of the consciousness.
Parasha,
Parasya,
of the Supreme,
of the Supreme,
Pumsaha,
Vamsaha,
of the personality of Godhead,
the personality of God,
Paraya,
Paraya,
Supreme,
Supreme,
Anukampaya,
Anukampaya,
by the mercy,
by the mercy,
Jagnu,
Jagnu,
began to beat,
began to beat,
Brisham,
Risham,
again and again,
again and again,
Shakra,
Chakra,
Indra,
Indra,
Samirana,
Samirana,
Vayu,
Vayu,
Adaya,
Adaya,
and others,
and others.
Tan Tan,
Tan
to those whose demons,
Tan,
to those demons, rather, to those demons. Rane,
Rane,
in the fight,
in the fire,
Yai,
Yai,
by whom?
by whom?
Abhisanghat, Abhisanghataha,
Abhisankitaha,
they were beaten.
they were beaten.
Para,
Pura,
before.
before.
Shukadev Goswami said, thereafter, by the supreme grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Hari, all the demigods, headed by Indra and Vayu, were brought back to life. Being enlivened, the demigods began severely beating the very same demons who had defeated them before. Repeat after me. Shukadev Goswami said,
Shukadeva Goswami
And
said,
said,
thereafter,
thereafter,
by the supreme grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
by the supreme grace of Supreme Personality of God,
Sri Hari,
Sri Hari,
all the demigods,
all the demigods,
headed by Indra and Vayu,
headed by Indra and Vayu,
were brought back to life.
be brought back to life.
Being enlivened,
Being
Again
enlivened,
the
and
demigods began severely beating
the demigods
again, severely beating.
the very same demons. The very same demons who
defeated them before. Being enlivened, the demigods began severely beating the same demons who had defeated them before. Yes.
Yes.
So, actually, this is the first verse of the chapters, and there's a chapter summary here also. So let me read the chapter summary, and then there are 4 more verses after that before there's a purport. King Indra annihilates the demons. That's the title of the chapter. As described in this chapter, the great saint Narada Muni, being very compassionate to the demons who had been killed by the demigods, forbade the demigods to continue killing. Then Shukracharya, by his mystic power, renewed the lives of all the demons. Having been graced by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demigods began fighting the demons again with renewed energy. King Indra released his thunderbolt against Bali, and when Bali fell, his friend Jambasura attacked Indra, who then cut off Jambasura's head with his thunderbolt. When Narada Muni learned that Jambasura had been killed, he informed Jambasura's relatives, Namuchi, Bala, and Paka, who then went into the battlefield and attacked the demigods. Indra, king of heaven, severed the heads of Bala and Patak and released the weapons known as Kulisha, the thunderbolt. Kulisha, the thunderbolt is called Kulisha, against Namuchi's shoulder. The thunderbolt, however, returned unsuccessful, and thus Indra became morose. At that time, an unseen voice came from the sky. The voice declared, "A dry or wet weapon cannot kill Namuchi." Hearing the voice, Indra began to think of how Namuchi could be killed. He then thought of foam, which is neither moist nor dry. Using a weapon of foam, he was able to kill Namuchi. Thus, Indra and the other demigods killed many demons. Then, at the request of Lord Brahma, Narada went to the demigods and forbade them to kill the demons any longer. All the demigods then returned to their abodes. Following the instructions of Narada, whatever demons remained alive on the battlefield took Bali Maharaj to Ashna Mountain. There, by the touch of Shukracharya's hand, Bali Maharaj regained his senses and consciousness. And those demons whose heads and bodies had been completely lost were brought back to life by the mystic power of Shukracharya. So then we had the translation for today, and there's some other translations. This is verse 2. When the most powerful Indra became angry and took his thunderbolt in hand to kill Bali Maharaj, the demon began lamenting, "Alas, alas." Verse 3, sober and tolerant and well-equipped with paraphernalia for fighting, Bali Maharaj moved before Indra on the great battlefield. King Indra, who always carries the thunderbolt in his hand, rebuked Bali Maharaj as follows. Natavan Muna Maya Mahavir. Sorry.
What verse? What verse?
What verse? That was
Number 3.
That was 3. Now we're going to read 4. Indra said, "O rascal, as a cheater sometimes binds the eyes of a child and takes away his possessions, you are trying to defeat us by displaying some mystic power, although you know that we are the masters of all such mystic powers." In verse 5, those fools and rascals who want to ascend to the upper planetary system by mystic power or mechanical means, or who endeavor to cross even the upper planets and achieve the spiritual world or liberation, I cause to be sent to the lowest regions of the universe. That's Lord Indra speaking.
Yes.
So Lord, a purport. I'll read the purport.
You read verse number 5.
That was verse number 5, and there's a purport. Purport for Srila Prabhupada. There are undoubtedly different planetary systems for different persons. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse 18, Urdhvang Gachanti Sattvasta. Persons in the mode of goodness can go to the upper planets. Those in the modes of darkness and passion, however, are not allowed to enter the higher planets. The word Divam refers to the higher planetary system known as Swargaloka. Indra, king of the higher planetary systems, has the power to push down any conditioned soul attempting to go from the lowest to the highest planets without proper qualifications. The modern attempt to go to the moon is also an attempt by inferior men to go to Swargaloka by artificial mechanical means. This attempt cannot be successful. From this statement of Indra, it appears that anyone attempting to go to the higher planetary systems by mechanical means, which are here called Maya, are condemned to go to the hellish planets in the lower portions of the universe. To go to the higher planetary system, one needs sufficient good qualities. A sinful person situated in the mode of ignorance and addicted to drinking, meat eating, and illicit sex will never enter the higher planets by mechanical means.
He wants to bring water for you.
Yes, that will help. That will help. Om Ajnana Timiranda Shakanachana Shalakaya Chakshorun Militam Nina Sasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay. It appears that no, I don't know. Yeah. Thank you. This is so. This is the third time I can remember, and just recent verses that Srila Prabhupada has brought up this point of attempting to go to the moon.
Yeah.
It's brought up several times. Before it had to do with the distance, and here he's indicating the same thing, but based on that it's a heavenly planet. So we see in this history here of the Srimad-bhagavatam, Lord Indra, he's king of the heavenly planets, the big king in heaven, and one of his concerns, one of his duties practically, is to make sure that nobody gets into the heavenly planets if they're not qualified. Just like in the spiritual world, nobody gets into the spiritual world till we become pure devotees of Krishna. So nobody goes to the heavenly planets unless we're very, very, very pious. And so the same, on that level of the fight between the demigods and the demons are always trying to defeat the demigods and kick them out of their own planets, the heavenly planets, and and then um, and then take over to artificially just move into the heavenly planets, like if somebody on Earth, what if all the poor people, the homeless people, if everyone came together and tried to go to the rich neighborhood, kick everyone out of their houses, and take over. It would not work. Nobody would tolerate that. So Lord Indra, he is stating here that I'm in charge of this heavenly planets, and I will not let you come here. You cannot just come in and take over like this. I will not tolerate this. This is what he's saying. But the same principle is there in Srila Prabhupada uses that also as an example how man did not, and cannot, by forcing their way through rocket ships and so on, to go to the moon or go to Mars or go to Venus. These are all heavenly planets way up there. Nobody can do that. Even if they had the mechanical means, they'll never be able to go there because you cannot be impious and eating meat and having illicit sex and so many gross material disqualifications, and then go and force your way in there with rocket ships. It's not possible. Even what to speak of the distance. But even if the distance wasn't an issue, you can. It's not the way the universe is set up. Nobody could do that. Nobody would be able to just force their way into the heavenly planets. Of course, the material scientists don't know that the moon is a heavenly planet. But Srila Prabhupada makes the point that they cannot and never will, by their mechanical means, force themselves in there. Srila Prabhupada wrote a book. It was an essay, actually, but it was made into a book. Before he ever came to America, it was called, what? Easy Journey to Other Planets. And he also mentioned that he wrote that when, it must have been just before the attempted trip to the moon. But he was still in India. Srila Prabhupada was always very much aware of the state of affairs in other parts of the world too. It wasn't that Srila Prabhupada was living in Vrindavan. He was living in Vrindavan. It wasn't that he was just living in Vrindavan and he was ignorant of what was going on in America and Europe and the rest of the world. He knew very well what was going on. So he knew there was a great attempt to plans to go to the moon. So he wrote this book called Easy Journey to Other Planets. But he explains in the book how, yes, you can go to other planets in the easy way. The most practical way is in this lifetime, you practice the austerities, you practice pious activities, you perform sacrifices, you perform certain activities that are given in the Vedas so that you can elevate yourself to the heavenly planets. You can do that. And so if you want to go there, that's the way to do it. Not by rocket ships that you try again and again and again. Sometimes there are great calamities with these rockets, and they can't go there anyway. So this is a point here. I remember when I was I don't know what year I was. I was in school, maybe 13 or 14 years old, and there was it was the first time they were going to send um, astronauts up with somebody who was not already a trained astronaut. It was actually a school teacher. They had one school teacher who trained and was going to travel with the astronauts into outer space. But when the rocket took off, it exploded. Right, you can see it. Everyone saw it exploded. So, but anyway, it was a very unfortunate situation there. But it was just another example of of these mechanical attempts to go to outer space. We don't need to go to outer space by mechanical means. Better we stay, if we're on Earth, we'll stay here on Earth, let's practice Krishna consciousness, was not ruin the world. We should stay here and become make the world Krishna conscious. The one of the arguments in the space society, the people who really attempt to go out into space, one of the arguments for why we have to do this is we think, well, maybe in the future, some big, either we destroy our planet with wars, or some asteroid from the space will come and destroy everything like that. So they say because of that, therefore we have to make attempts to go to other planets to escape this if it does happen. But Srila Prabhupada, he encouraged us. He encouraged us. He encouraged the material society to don't bother trying to go to these other temporary planets. It's a waste of time. Just stay here. Dedicate your life to the service of Lord Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, avoiding sinful life, hearing and chanting about Krishna, and in the end, go back to the spiritual world. Because even if, Srila Prabhupada points out that even if somebody was able to go to some other planet, even if they were able to, they cannot stay there. If someone's told, why don't when somebody was asked, Srila Prabhupada told them, you can perform these activities, you can go to the spiritual world. And then they said, well, if I go there, can I come back? Can I come back? No, the point is go there and don't bother taking another birth in this world. Jashishi Gornitai, Shishi Radha Vrajamihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadru, and Shigane, Prahlad Maharaj, Ki. Don't. The idea is to go there and don't bother to come back. So people may think, okay, I go to the spiritual world, I come back, I can tell all my friends, here's what I did, here's the adventure I took, here's how I'm back here. To tell everyone about it. But the point is that we become Krishna conscious and we go back to the spiritual world. We don't waste our time unnecessarily engaged in these kind of activities. Better we stay here, take care of our planet Earth, which is actually the best, practically speaking, is the best planet in the whole universe for becoming Krishna conscious. It's the best planet because just like the heavenly planets, there are devotees there, they're demigods, but they have a hard time becoming fully Krishna conscious there because there's too much opportunity for sense gratification. It's too much. So you forget, and why you forget, and you think why should I become Krishna conscious? I'm so happy here. But the heavenly planets are also temporary. If one has pious activities, they go up. In time, those pious activities are used up, and you go down. Right? You go back down to material world, to the earth, and then of course you have to again accumulate so much pious activities if you want to go up. And even if you are on the heavenly planets, Bhagavad Gita says. Apramapavana loka punar arvartin arjuna. That from the highest planet in the material world to the lowest planet, all are places of misery where repeated birth and death take place. So there may be not very many nice things in this world, but the one problem is it's temporary. Everything is temporary. So it means we're born, we live for some duration of time, we produce, maybe have children, maybe have like that byproducts it's called, and in the end the body dwindles, old age, become an invalid, and then we die, and then we go through the cycle again. So even if you go to the heavenly planets, you go through that cycle. So why bother to go to the heavenly planets for 10,000 years of our time here, or maybe more time? Why go there? Because time is relative. If you were there, what would be many thousands of years in our calculation is just maybe 100 years there. The heavenly planets are like that. So you live longer, and there's a lot more enjoyment, but your perception of the time in the heavenly planets is the same as your perception of time here. Life seems to last just as long. And in the end, you still have to fall down from that position. So we should not that we so much, but people in general should not really waste their time aspiring to go up to the higher material planets. But if someone actually forces their way, tries to force their way in, they will definitely be defeated. They'll never get there. But even if you go there by the regular means, you cannot stay there forever. Life will be over before you know it, and we're back down here again. So why bother with all that? Simply chant the holy names of the Lord, follow the principles, see how we can give Krishna consciousness to people in general, how we can help spread the Sankirtan movement. That's our service as members of ISKCON, is how we can give Krishna consciousness to others. We become Krishna conscious, and in the process we also are giving Krishna consciousness to others. There's a few points there. Questions? Comments?
Переведешь? Спроси, пожалуйста, здесь майя действует, а в духовном мире маха майя, или как она называется?
That question is, in material world, Maya is like material Maya exists, but what about spiritual?
Speak into the microphone so that others can hear. Yeah.
What about spiritual world? What's the Maha Maya? What's the kind Maya in spiritual world?
Yes, spiritual world. There's also Maya, but it's a good Maya. It facilitates our devotional service.
Она же там действует, спроси, пожалуйста, под Но Кришна ей дает указания, она действует на жителей, они
В духовном мире.
Да, в духовном мире. Она...
How the in spiritual world Maya doing? Krishna give permission to Maya doing for devotees.
Yes, in the spiritual world, the Maya it acts to facilitate devotional service. In this material world, Maya acts to cover us, so that we're puts us more into ignorance. That's the difference.
Just translate 1 second. В духовном мире Майя, она как бы помогает преданным духовно развиваться, заниматься преданным служением. А в материальном мире Майя, она как покрывает живое существо, не дает ему возможности заниматься преданным служением.
Ага. А спроси, пожалуйста, когда Кришна устраивает там свои игры,
When Krishna like arrange pastimes in spiritual world,
Майя там в духовном мире, она его тоже покрывает, и он не помнит, что он Кришна, или он всегда помнит, что он Кришна?
and the question is, Maya in spiritual world cover Krishna, and Krishna cannot remember that he is Krishna, or the Krishna all time remember he is Krishna.
If Krishna wants to forget who he is, then he can certainly do that temporarily. But the Maya, but we forget that Krishna.
Just step by step, please, because I need to
okay.
translate. The first you said,
Okay, especially in Goloka Vrindavan,
особенно в Галока Вриндаване,
Krishna, or Maya rather, covers our consciousness, so we forget who the Krishna is God.
И в Галока Вриндаване, если преданные, то она Майя духовная покрывает преданную, что мы забываем, что Кришна Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Да, это понятно. А Кришна сам забывает, что он Кришна иногда.
But he asked, Krishna sometimes forget he is Krishna, or he all time remembers he is Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Но что он Бог.
Maya is under his control, so he cannot really totally forget. He never falls into ignorance.
Он никогда не впадает в невежество, и Майя, она всегда под контролем Кришны, поэтому Кришна, он не будет Кришна, он до этого говорил, если он будет забывать, что он Кришна.
Там, в духовном мире, в своих играх, он всегда помнит, что он Кришна, что он Бог, да?
И Майя, духовная или материальная, она под контролем Кришны.
Не, материальная я знаю, да.
И духовная тоже. Spiritual Maya also they are all time on control Krishna.
Yes, Maya is one of Krishna's energies. Krishna is always supreme. Maya is under Krishna.
Понимаешь, Кришна, он всегда верховный, а Майя всегда в подчинении, духовная или материальная.
А в духовном мире Майя это Пурнамаси, бабушка Пурнамаси, это она?
And the question is, Mother Purnamasya, it's Maya, the name of Maya.
Purnamasya.
Purnamasya.
And Krishna's she's actually Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya, it's spiritual Maya, yeah?
Purnamasya.
И он ей дает задание, чтобы она покрывала преданных в духовном мире, чтобы они игры проводили с Кришной, правильно?
And he wants to understand it's correct. Like Krishna give like arrangement to Purnamasi, Yoga Maya that cover devotees in spiritual world. They forget that like the Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, that way they can have loving more. Yes, that way they can have a very intimate, loving relationship.
Это такие отношения будут выстраиваться, то что уже как дружеские или там любовные или родительские, то что на самом деле это Но если они будут всегда помнить, что Кришна Суприм, они будут в расе как поклонение, вот это служение, вот как бхакта и слуга, господин и слуга там. А так они играются, иногда на его залазят плечи, и
Да,
как
да,
бы
да.
как
Я
обычно.
понимаю.
Это, вот.
А спроси, пожалуйста, а действует ли эта йога майя на планетах Вайкунтхи? Она тоже там или она только...
He asked question that like this Yoga Maya also exists on planet Vaikuntha or only
No,
Galoka?
no.
Нет,
Vaikuntha,
нет,
no.
нет.
Vaikuntha is different.
На
That's why I say
Вайкунтхе
Krishna Loka.
это только на Кришналоке, Галока Вриндаван, а Вайкунха отличная какая-то планета.
Они понимают, что Кришна Бог, и они ему поклоняются как Богу.
Ага, и он he asked, это на планете
Это
Вайкунхе.
на Вайкунтхе, да.
He asked question in planet of Vaikuntha, devotees like all devotees they like worship like all time remember the Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes,
And
there is known as Vishnu or Narayan, but yes, they always know that he is God.
Они всегда на планете Вайкунхи преданные помнят, что Вишну or Нараяна это Supreme Personality of Godhead, что он Верховный Господь. Всегда помнят. There doesn't have like parents or like relationship like friends, you know, they're
In Vaikuntha?
Vaikuntha.
No.
No, only servant. Нету таких отношений, как друг, любовник или родитель. Это...
А спроси, пожалуйста, они на планетах Вайкунхи, его приближенные Кришны, они тоже именно с планеты Вайкунхи он как бы их берет? Или они с ним...
Куда берет?
Ну, смотри, они на планете Вайкунхи находятся, и там Кришна, и вокруг него какое-то близкое окружение, приближенное. Эти жители, они с Вайкунтхи, или он берет их с собой с Галоки Вриндавана, чтобы они на Вайкунтхе вокруг него были?
That question in Vaikuntha, close friends surrender around Krishna, like very close friend. They all time exist on Vaikuntha planet, or he bring these friends from Galoka Vrindavan or for another planet. It's question.
I'm not understanding the question. Say again.
Sorry, yeah.
Vaikuntha planet is Lord Narayan. He's got Lakshmi, and everyone else are simply serving him in a mood of awe and reverence.
Yeah. He asked a special question, special question.
Okay.
It's like not everyone can ask this question, but he asked it all like residents or Vaikuntha, they're all time on Vaikuntha planet, or sometimes he brings some residents from another planet to make pastimes with Krishna.
No. Those intimate pastimes, as being with Krishna as his mother or as his father or his coward friends, as only Krishna Loka.
Это на только Кришна Локи такие близкие его как бы эти вот. He asked questions. He not bring from Krishna Loka this close friend like mother, father, friends to Vaikuntha.
No. And there's reason, because not every devotee of the Lord wants to serve Krishna in that intimate way. Some are very happy to serve Krishna or Vishnu.
Just wait, please, I translate. Он говорит, что не все преданные, они, как бы заняты в таком служении, в близком, как близкие отношения, как родители, как любовники, как друзья, вот, что это только особые, и Vaikuntha planet only like mood, serve to Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana, they are no mood like parents, friends, no.
There's no...
Like on one Vaikuntha planet, no relationship like parents or beloved or their friends.
No, not on Vaikuntha.
На Вайкунтхе нет, только Кришна Лока, Галока Вриндавана. This actually for me like it's like I never heard like this question asked, before.
Yes.
Никогда не слышал.
So many devotees, probably a lot of Vaikuntha planets. So probably most devotees in the spiritual world are serving the Lord in that mood of awe and reverence. The Vaikuntha planets, and that's how they serve Him. That's the mood they want. But those who have developed a certain kind of loving relationship with Krishna can go to the Krishna Loka, and then, well,
У них есть такое желание на планетах Вайкунтхи оставаться в этом настроении как слуги, понимаешь?
Да-да.
Но у тех, у кого есть желание это, как бы служить как близкие, может быть, они отправляются к Кришналоку, на Галоку Вриндавану.
Они с Вайкунтхи могут отправиться на Кришналоку.
He asked a question that like this residents of Vaikuntha, if they have mood like become beloved or friend or parent, they from Vaikuntha planet can go to Krishna Loka.
it is possible if
Это
you.
возможно.
It is possible if you're in Vaikuntha and you want to serve the Lord in a different mood. Yeah, you could definitely go to Krishna Loka.
Непременно можешь отправиться на Кришна Локу, если у тебя такое настроение есть.
А откуда у них появляется это настроение? У них же это настроение
He asked a question, if the resident Vaikuntha all time they mood like servant, like from what like coming desire to become like mood, become like friend or parents or beloved Krishna, from what like desire coming, with.
У них же примеров нет, они же не видят этого, они видят.
They doesn't have example because they all time they are like servant, like God and serve.
Yes.
Или это проделки Нарада Муни.
Or he asked a question, maybe Narada Muni or somebody else arranged this, that.
Yeah. The Lord lets us serve Him in whatever mood we want to. So if someone wants to, just like here, we were serving.
Как здесь.
Just like here, we were serving the deities
Как мы
that
служим
mood of
божествам
awe and reverence.
в разном настроении.
We can't say, Krishna, I'm actually the father of Krishna.
Я
Yeah.
не могу сказать, что я отец как бы Кришны. Вот.
But we can develop that kind
Но
of
мы
consciousness.
можем развивать это сознание.
А они там могут духовно прогрессировать на галоках, на планетах Вайкунхах. То есть они
He
тоже там
asked a
развиваются.
question in planet Галока или
Вайкунха.
on planet Vaikuntha, he can develop consciousness like more like that like mood and develop. Какое настроение могут развивать?
Духовно прогрессировать.
They can develop like more advanced spiritually, like in planet Vaikuntha. Yes?
They can.
Они
If someone on Vaikuntha changes their consciousness, they want the intimate servant,
Близкие
They
могут
can-
быть
they can
такие, если
change,
они
yes.
развивают вот так настроение, и у них настроение как близких слуг, уже как гопи там, или там гопи как возлюбленные Кришны, да, они тогда уже на Галоку Вриндавана могут Кришналоку. Все как развивает. Как у нас в материальном мире, мы тоже есть преданные, прогрессируют сознание такое, что они spiritual world.
Так получается, что они могут все постепенно с планет Вайкунхи перебраться все на Галоку или нет?
The Dharma Prabhu, sorry, so many questions. But
I like the
think
questions.
this will be last question. We
Okay.
continue tomorrow because time is over. There he said like if all residents of Vaikuntha
Постепенно.
step by step develop consciousness and they're like beloved or they're like intimate mood to like, and all residents if develop like good consciousness become closer like relationship with Krishna, all residents Vaikuntha will be moving to Galoka Vrindavan or that
I've never read that they all will move, but if some devotee in Vaikuntha changes his consciousness,
он говорит, что он нигде не читал это, и это, что, ну, говорит, если, говорит, некоторые преданные, у них сознание меняется, yes,
if they devote just like we're here in ISKCON Miami, if we decide I want to serve Krishna in ISKCON Atlanta, then we
как
can
желание
go.
в Искон Атланта, там у нас возникает желание, мы можем туда пойти, в Искон Атланта.
So the different Vaikuntha, the different planets in the spiritual world facilitate the particular mood that we want to serve Krishna in.
У нас как бы такое есть. Can you repeat little bit more this?
The spiritual world, there's a certain mood of service in the
В духовном мире такое настроение
Vaikuntha,
служения.
and there's a certain intimate mood of service in Goloka Vrindavan.
Да, там близкие отношения на Галоке Вриндавана, а тут как другие, понимаешь, все зависит от сознания. Как бы. Тоже как бы в Атланту все не поедут, понимаешь, не у каждого желание возникнет. Я поэтому он, что у всех на Вайкунхе невозможно так, наверное, желание, чтобы жители, чтобы все духовно, как тут у нас в материальном мире кто-то быстро прогрессирует, кто-то вообще не...
А спроси, еще есть время или на сегодня все?
He wants more question. You have time little bit more?
I'm getting indications I gotta go.
Maybe last question, short one.
Еще, да? Спроси, а вот эти вот формы Арча Виграха, это только в материальном мире, они не на Галоке, а на планетах Вайкунхи поклоняются божествам тоже каким-то, или там именно Кришна, они именно Кришне и все, там есть какие-то храмы?
That question like this, Archa Vigraha in Galoka Vrindavan exists?
Не Галока Вриндавана, а планеты Вайкунхи.
Planet Vaikuntha. They have Archa Vigraha, they have temple, they worship like deities over there, only like Krishna. Krishna worship.
The Lord Himself is there, and everyone sees Him. So
как бы Кришна там, Нараяна, Вишну, он существует там, поэтому все видят его там.
Они там ему уже непосредственно.
We worship deity like this because we cannot see Krishna.
Мы не можем видеть
everyone
Кришну,
has full
поэтому
realization.
божествам мы поклоняемся, а они там лично видят Кришну.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good questions.
Thank you.
But
These amazing questions. Yeah.
Good. Well, we should start earlier with questions.
No, it's like not all time questions, but maybe little by little. This from inspiration. Thank you for wonderful class. He is so inspired with us. Nice question.
Good. So we'll end here now.